Sandy from the Sandy Russell Creative Agency. I'm so excited to talk to you. Congratulations on winning Small Agency of the Year. That's a really big accolade.
Thanks, Danielle. We're really excited about it and really excited to talk to you guys as well. Thanks for taking the time.
Of course. So can you tell me about how you founded the agency, how long it's been around? Give me like the quick story.
Yeah, totally. So we've been in business for 3 years. It was kind of random. I'd worked, at a big tech company for a few years and wasn't really sure what I wanted to do next, but found this amazing woman, Allie Batwin, who I work with now. And she had worked in the agency world for a long time. I had worked on the client side for a long time, clearly. So we thought we'd come together. And I have a background in doing more purpose-driven work. I did Teach for America, as well as working in a few other organizations like that. And so we were like, all right, like, let's see how we can leverage all like the amazing creativity and smarts and like insight from tech and apply it to things that really make a difference. And that's kind of where we started.
I'm kind of shocked to hear that you're just 3 years old because if you look at your client roster, I mean, you boast brands like North Face, Patagonia, Free Solo, and I think most notably to everybody is Google. How does a boutique creative agency that's only 3 years old land the Google account?
We've been very lucky. I worked at Google for 5 years in marketing, and so like I know a lot of people within the space. And then definitely saw a need when I was there, where we worked with a lot of really big agencies that did amazing work, but also required, larger retainers and weren't able to quite move as quickly, and with a lot of freelancers who also did amazing work, but couldn't quite meet the needs of like a bigger company. So that's kind of where we saw a space to come in to do these big, bold ideas, but move at a faster pace.
It seems like you're particularly interested in the outdoor space. Is that something that's important to you, or is it kind of just where your business has led?
It's kind of both. Like, I definitely love being in the outdoors. Like, I think it's a very big part of me, as you can clearly see by what's going on. Although I will say, like, the most recent project we did with Paris and the hip hop dancers in Gare de Lyon was so amazing and so fun. So I think the outdoors is a big part of our brand, but also we love doing different spaces where we can learn and we can help where we can.
What does it mean to a boutique agency to win a Shorty Award?
I mean, it's a huge honor. We were pretty shocked, especially like, as you said, since we haven't been in business that long, although we've really, really loved the work that we've done. So yeah, it means it's a lot. Also, so we have an entirely remote team. So we try and do a lot of things to make it feel like we're together, even when we're not physically together. So I think this is a really big recognition that, you can have a different model where you can be more disparate, but still really serve client needs and like do really awesome, excellent creative work. So I think honestly, like, I was really excited, but it was really awesome for the team for us to all kind of celebrate and recognize for a lot of different work in a lot of different time zones.
I'm so interested to hear that you work remotely because I know that in COVID, everybody is trying to adapt to that model. What advice would you give other people, whether they're in the marketing space or not?
That's a really good question. It's kind of funny because everyone's like, this is your normal life. And I'm like, no. I go to coffee shops. I have dinner with people. This is not what working remotely is. But I do think there are things like, and it can be harder in a client side business, but setting boundaries and being clear that you have certain times that you don't go on your computer, even though you can go on your computer. I think we have some experience in that. And then find that thing that you need every day to make sure you do, whether that's cooking a nice meal, going for a walk, calling your friends or your moms for Mother's Day, whatever that is. Like, I think building those in is really important, even if you are in a physical space.
That's smart. Can you tell me what you think the impact of winning a Shorty Award will be in the coming years? Like, as far as either B2C or B2B?
Yeah, definitely. We focus mainly on the B2C space, although we have done some B2B in the past. I think one, it's like a huge honor, as I mentioned before, so a lot of recognition there that we're so thankful and appreciative of, and I'm excited to be able to share with our clients. Two, it's definitely a crazy time right now with COVID, so it's a good way to kind of, focus in on what do we really, now that we have this award, what do we really want to be focusing on right now as we think about our future clients and things like that. And three, like I mentioned, it's a remote team and we're really excited. And I'm always looking for awesome freelancers or smaller agencies to come and help with certain projects of work. And I think this will help connect us with some awesome people.
So I'd love to play the tape on the campaign you won for, and then maybe we can debrief on it.
Absolutely.
Okay, wonderful.
I love hip hop because it's raw. It's about the mood, what you want to express, what you want to say. Keeps my feet on the earth. Feeling free. They call me Mufasa for my hair and because of the lion, the strength of the lion.
That's probably the fifth time I've seen that, and each time I find myself, I'm like thinking, okay, I'll tune out, and each time I'm captivated. There's something about her and the music, all of it. What was the idea behind it? How did you guys come up with that?
I mean, this is where I feel like we've been really lucky, honestly, where we've had some amazing clients who are like, hey, do something cool with Street View. And so, last year we found the story of the blind veterans going down the Grand Canyon, pitched it. They're like, great, let's do that. And so for this year, they're like, look, we want to reach a new audience, like ideally someone younger. Like, what can we do? So we brought on some great creatives that we've worked with for years who are awesome, riffed around a bunch of ideas. And then ended up, honestly, like kind of like you said, it came down to it when we looked at like clips of Mufasa and actually talked to her, and she's so awesome and so genuine, and really and truly cares that we're like, we have to make a story about her if she'll let us. So we feel very honored that she let us work with her, and that the client was on board and supportive.
Sounds like a perfect purpose-driven match made in heaven.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that I'm not sure how relevant this is to the interview, but I think that's really the thing, right? Is like with most campaigns nowadays, like that's what people care about. Like they don't just want to buy a product, they want to feel connected to a brand. So honestly, it hasn't been that hard to weave in purpose-driven work into most campaigns, whether it's a brand campaign or if it's like an acquisition campaign. So yeah, we were excited that we could work with someone like Mufasa.
So when you embark on doing something like this, I've seen what the behind the scenes looks like. It is a mad scramble most of the time. People don't realize what a short period of time you actually have to ideate and come up with something. Then you're in production and it's a frenzy, but you want to make it feel emotionally sound. And so you're trying to kind of slow it down, even though it's all sped up. And then you put it out into the world, and it's almost like a piece of your heart that you're putting out. I'm curious as to what the audience reaction was immediately, what it meant to you after all of that work.
Yeah, I mean, people really responded positively, which meant so much. Like, one, not only for us and for the client for Google, but honestly, like to tell Mufasa's story because she's amazing, but not necessarily as well known as some of the other hip hop artists out there. And so to see people be like, she's amazing, it's beautiful. As you even mentioned, Danielle, that like you can see her spirit through the movie, and just see people really respond to that was really cool. Another part of the campaign is that what we did was we ended up having influencers and dance influencers in different areas around the US like share their own video of how they were inspired to share their city via dance. And that was also really cool because they all like loved working with Mufasa. And then it was cool to see like parts of Sacramento or LA or, wherever. And that part was really cool to kind of see it expand beyond.
So this is definitely not relevant to the interview, but as I was looking, I was so inspired by your company, quite honestly. And as I was looking at your website, I couldn't help but notice that you have a ton of women on your roster. And to be honest, it's kind of rare in the boutique agency space. Most creative directors I meet are men. Is that something that you were intentional about, or did it just kind of happen?
I think it's a combination. The two people started like so. Clearly, you're gonna have to restart this part, Morgan. But so pretty much, it's a combination of things. So one, since it's my company, I'm clearly a woman, so that started that part. And then Allie, the other woman I brought on to help from the beginning, who I mentioned before, is amazing. And she does a lot of our hiring, and that's something that she definitely prioritizes. We definitely want to find the right people for the job, who's going to deliver the best, but also, as you mentioned, I think representation is really important in elevating voices where we can. I mean, that's also a reason we chose a Black woman to focus on for the Paris story. We had initial ideas that were around doing something with a big ballet company, which also would have been beautiful, but I don't think quite as meaningful or quite as leveraging the position that we have for the right uses.
That's so wonderful. I think of a better note to end on. so grateful for your time, and I'm really so excited for you. I think this is just the beginning. I can't wait to see where your agency goes.
Thank you. Honestly, we were like really surprised and super excited. Like we all watched together, like on this big Zoom call. There were a lot of gin and tonics consumed. So thank you guys.
It was so well deserved. We'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you.